films, Broadway shows, and animated cartoons. He jumped to stardom with his first film, The Rocky Horror Picture Show, which I love. Take a look.
I'm a wild and entertaining thing. I'm a bee with a deadly sting. You got a head and your mind goes big. Your heart pumps and your blood will sing. To let the party and the sound rock on. We're gonna shake it till the life has gone. Roast in my bird, be saved from my trouble and pain.
Please welcome Tim Curry. Lovely to see you again, Tim.
Very nice to see you, too.
How are you?
I'm just fine.
Yeah. Have you watched that lately, Rocky Horror?
Well, no, I really haven't.
You haven't? Because
But,
I watch it at least twice a year.
Yes?
Sometimes, like, if I'm up at 12 midnight, I go, it's a Rocky Horror Hour, and I pop it in.
It's kind of hard not to see it at Halloween. I'm kind of the prince of Halloween.
Right.
But when I heard that you were going to do a wild and an untamed thing, I thought I'd come looking like a sort of elderly banker.
Was a long time ago. In fact, I first met you, our mutual friend, Mark Shaman. We were at his house, and he was playing all the Rocky Horror songs. He is a big fan of that show.
He is a big fan, and in fact, he was the first person to talk back to the screen.
Really?
I was actually living here when that thing started to I lived in New York for about 3 or 4 years. And in fact, I was living on Great Jones Street, which is right behind the Waverly Cinema, which was where it was playing. And Mark was the first person who ever talked back at the screen and started something.
Really? Really?
Started a kind of legend, really, because, you know, it's run for 21 years now.
It is, and I love it. I have to say that he was so great in it, and I love it. And I love to hear you sing. You enjoy singing?
I do, yeah. I haven't really done it for a while. When I was living here, I was making records, you know.
Right.
Somewhere
You
around...
mean like these?
Nope.
These records?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's one of them.
You can tell that they're pretty old because they're all on vinyl.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I'll be able to tell my son. You know, when you were little, Mommy used to have to listen to big vinyl things.
Exactly.
Not little clear CDs.
Exactly.
And that's how you started as a singer, really?
Well, I started in hair in London.
Really?
I started in the theatre in London, and one of the reasons really was because I didn't know at that point whether I wanted to be a singer or an actor, and hair kind of postponed the decision for about 18 months. And really, and I guess while I was doing hair, several people from the show got record contracts, but in those days, you know, it was 100 years ago, you had very little control over a recording career. Particularly if you were just starting, you couldn't kind of choose your material, and so I just sort of concentrated on acting until I had enough, I guess, power to choose my own material, you know, to make records. And
when I saw you on Broadway in Amadeus, amazing performance. You're going to go back to do another Broadway show? You're so wonderful.
I would love to. I haven't actually done a play for about 5 years, which is the longest ever. The last thing I did was a musical here called My Favorite Year.
Right.
At the Lincoln Center, which actually turned out to be my favorite couple of months.
Yeah,
really.
It was a very short run, I remember.
It was a kind of a short run. And I really love to do the theatre. I think I live in Los Angeles now, and, you know, about sort of 10 years ago, I decided I really wanted to kind of try and concentrate on cameras.
On film, yeah.
Yeah.
And you have a new movie that's starting to come out on Showtime on December 20th, and then it's going to go over to Nickelodeon, which is a great thing.
It's the first co-production between Showtime and Nickelodeon, and it was shot in Australia. It's called Doom Runners, and it's sort of Mad Max for kids. It's this bunch of kids who are trying to find the last place on the planet that isn't completely ecologically destroyed. And they have a sort of a rudimentary map, but they're up against me.
And you're evil.
Yes, I'm evil.
All right, we'll take a look at a clip of evil Tim Curry right here, Doom Runners. Take a look.
It sounds like our men were asleep at the wheel. Any survivors?
Yes, but all are badly injured, sir.
Just a second. Sorry. Just for a moment, I thought a hint of compassion for them might be crossing my mind, but I was wrong. Have them sent up to my lab. I'm thirsty for a mind shake.
Yes, sir.
And let's also get a small GT force after the rebels to keep an eye on them. They've come too far to be traveling blind. Something tells me they have that map.
You're good at being bad, Mr. Curry, I have to say. You're very good at being bad. That's December 20th on Showtime. What are you doing for Christmas?
I'm actually flying out this afternoon to England.
Are you?
I haven't actually been home for Christmas for a very long time. And I've borrowed a house in the country, and my whole family are coming down to the south coast of England, and we're going to have sort of 10 days together, the whole bunch of us.
That's wonderful. How many kids in your family?
Well, there's my mother, my sister, her husband, their 3 kids, and their girlfriends and boyfriends, and
right.
I don't know how, but there are going to be 7 people on the sofa, I think, but it's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, you have a wonderful Christmas holiday.
Thank you very much.
I'd love to see you when you're back in New York next time.
Thank you.
We'll go take Mr. Don't Like a Musical over to a musical. You know what I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
No names. Okay.
Absolutely.
Thank you for being here, Tim. I really
My
appreciate
pleasure.
it. Tim
Thank
Curry,
you.
ladies and gentlemen.